Hi, now I am going to show you how to tie a rather big mayfly. It's a size 10. It is called size 14, MP14 size 10, and you will find in that book all my different patterns that I've been tying during the last 30 years. And what I find quite interesting is on the bottom right of the page you can find all the tools required to tie that fly, but on the other bottom page you can see the hooks and also the material required to tie this fly. So let's go. This is a rather big fly. We do have Ephemera danica in Europe which got size 10 or even bigger size. So you go at the beginning of the curve. For that I will use a little bit of floss to split the tail, which is actually quite long. So I put the floss in that way, and then I will use probably the long barbs of the coque de leopardo. So you bring them all together like this, you turn it and you try to tie them at the very beginning in order to have quite long fibers. To split it, you use your finger, you separate and you bring back the floss like this, and as you see it's splitted like this. You see as well that some of the fibers are not incorporated right, so do not hesitate to trim them like I do now. Okay, and now it's nearly the same amount on each side. As it is a quite big size, instead of using only one feather I will use two. I will use two to increase the diameter of the body. So I go up to the end, I wrap the tying thread and end up where the body is going to end up. And with this tool, this plier, I can grab the two feather, whatever diameter stem it is. I can even tie much bigger for caddies using, for instance, 3 or 4 feathers together. So the idea is the same: twist and wrap round the two colors. One is a little bit lighter than the other one, so it makes the body bigger in diameter, which is very interesting in those big ephemera size 10. So a few wraps to secure the feathers, a few wraps to secure the thread on front. As you have been doing several wraps, you can turn and clean up the body without any problem, because you are cutting on top and the thread is on the bottom. So now we have a very thick diameter body, exactly what we need for doing those big mayflies size 10. So to split the wing we are going to use the floss as well. So for that it's a little bit bigger. Instead of 3, maybe I will make a 5 or 6 turn with the floss, and the idea is to bring it in the middle and to turn it on the other way like this, so you have enough material to split the wing. For the wing I will use the olive color like this. So put the barb 90 degrees from the stem, repeat the same procedure on the second and on the third feather like this, and try to collect them like this. At this time I did not yet invent the magic tool, so the only way to do it is to collect the fibers like this. It looks very easy, but it is not. It's very quickly a big mess, especially if you want to have enough material, which is the case on those big mayflies size 10. So once you've got enough of those, you bring them together, and in order to line up, you trim what you have in front. So you have quite a big amount which are going to be dedicated for the two wings. Now we need to make the thorax, so I like very much to use also CDC for doing the thorax, and I will take only one feather, put it that way on the side, secure, and then using the plier I'm going to twist and wrap to give the illusion of the thorax. So like this, and like this, and one more time in front, yes, like this. So we stop the feather up. It will be easier to trim it off afterward without having any problem with the tying thread. Now, if it is the first time you tie this fly, I do recommend to make a whip finish knot at this point. So whatever you will do after in splitting the wings will not affect your tying. So you split the two wings like this, and you stabilize the floss by few wraps, and then you bring it back several turns right under, so you can rest your bobbin, and then you trim the excess. Now you use your finisher to finalize your tying by just making the head like this, and then it's almost done. Why do I say almost? Because we still need to trim a little bit those long fibers. But you can see here that you are perfectly divided in two. So what we do have to do is to adjust the length. So for that you bend a little bit so you can see how long you are going to cut. And then, because the shape is right the opposite, do not hesitate to trim the wings to shape like this, and like this if you want. And that's it. So you have a size 10 split tail, split wing, body, CDC, body and wings. So thank you for your attention.